Hello and welcome back to the weekly reading vlog. It is Tuesday. I'm sorry you're a little bit tilted, but I don't have like a smaller tripod, so yeah, you're sitting on some books and okay, so yeah, it is Tuesday. I didn't start the vlog yesterday because it was my partner's birthday, so yeah, we spent a little bit of time together after work, and so yeah, I just didn't really have like time to check in. And yeah, we are actually 3 years apart with our birthdays, which is kind of funny. But I kind of wanted to give you an update. I'm not reading much today, I can already tell you that, but that is mostly because I'm just so tired. I don't know if you have that, but I have days and weeks where I just don't sleep well. It's not a form of insomnia. I am technically sleeping, but I'm dreaming such vivid dreams where I feel like I'm awake the whole time whilst dreaming that I wake up really, really tired, and the sleep really isn't, really like nice sleep. It's just really bad sleep, and so I'm really, really tired day-wise. So yeah, that is why I'm really, really tired today. I dreamed the whole night. And I feel like I haven't slept at all, but I did sleep. I know that. I just dreamed some really strange and weird, way too realistic dreams, which sucks to be honest sometimes. But yeah, that means I'm just really tired. But I did start a book, and that is Family Inheritance by Deborah LeBlanc, and I'm already regretting it, so we're not off to a good start. But I don't think it's really her fault. I think it's just like the fault of my head, But I read Water Witch 2 weeks ago, I think it's now, and I really, really liked that book, and that is also by Deborah LeBlanc. And this one also plays out in like the Louisiana swamps, I think. I just really have no idea about American topography and stuff like that, and geography, so yeah, give me some slack, please. But yeah, we have already like 3 different people. We have Eli, who is now an adult, but he can kind of heal with laying his finger on people, and he pretty much lives like a really solitary life in the swamp, and a guy comes and looks after him from time to time, and he brings ill people to him, and he tries to help them. And then we have Jessica, who is our main character, well, the woman main character, and she also has this healing touch, but she just got promoted to like a manager position, like a big manager position. And yeah, so her life is pretty much like, going up in grade, but she has this really dreadful feeling. And yeah, so she then starts getting headaches. And then we also have this Samuel guy. I don't know how much he will play a part of it, but at the beginning we have 2 women. One of them is like heavily pregnant, and the other one is her friend. And they go to this Samuel guy, who is like kind of like, I don't know if it has something to do with religion, to be honest, but he takes this pendulum and then he does something, and he can tell her the gender of the girl. Something like that, and they have this episode where all of them are pretty much frozen, and the pendulum he uses like goes into the woman, like actually like projectile wise, and hurts her. But we don't get anything more, like if they survived that, if there was any problems, nothing. We don't get anything about that. And so yeah, the thing is, I liked the first one because it was about the people, but it was also about the abilities they had. This one is also about the abilities, but I can already see that there's a lot of like drama between the people, and I am not one for drama. I'm on my best days, and today I'm just really tired, so I'm even less for drama. So yeah, I'm a little bit sad about that, because I kind of like the way these books tackle like mysticism and religion. I'm gonna put it under religion. I think all of these people have Cajun roots, so it has something to do with that, with some rituals and stuff. I just don't know much about that, so I can't really tell you much about that, But yeah, obviously, It's called Family Inheritance. At some point, Jessica's brother comes into this as well, and they cross paths with the Eric guy. But yeah, at the moment it seems like a lot of drama actually, and it starts pretty heavy with like the happenings, which I kind of liked that in the last one, that kind of build up to the things. This one doesn't. So yeah, I'm a little bit afraid that I won't enjoy this one as much as the other one by her that I've read, but we'll see how it goes. I'm 50 pages in now. I will try to get to page 100 today, but I'm not promising anything if I'm honest. And yeah, today I'm just really tired, so I only read like 10 pages at a time and then put the book away again and do something else. That's something else that I'm doing, which is kind of funny if you think about me being tired, but somehow knitting and crocheting really works for me even if I'm tired. I'm gonna show you what I have done. I have but this isn't finished, but I can't finish it right now, but this is my left front piece of my cardigan, which is pretty far now. And then this is kind of a tragic thing. I misunderstood the pattern, which this is my first advanced pattern I've ever worked, and it's only my second thing I ever knit, so maybe I bit off a bit more than I could chew, but I'm doing my best, you know. But this one was technically done. But then I realized I had too many stitches and I made an error down here. So now I'm trying to pick up these stitches and I have to frog all of that back to down here, and then I have to do all of that again, which is tragic in my opinion, because that was a lot of hours of work. But yeah, I will continue with that in a minute. And you know, I'm always doing like a little bit of knitting, a little bit of reading, and yeah, that is my day. So yeah, that is pretty much the start of the vlog. I already talked way too much again. I'm really sorry. I'm a really chatty person when I talk to camera about things that I like. I tend to ramble and talk, you know. But yeah, that is the start of this week, and I will see you probably tomorrow with the next check-in, hopefully with a little bit more reading update. Hopefully I'm at least halfway through the book. That would be great when I check in tomorrow, but I'm not making any promises, you know. So yeah, I will see you tomorrow. Okay, hi. So we're doing this from the floor. I don't know why, but it works. I did manage my goal of reading to like roughly half of the book. So I'm 160 pages in now, and I sadly don't enjoy the book. But it has a few reasons, and I think all of them are valid enough, but are really, really personal reasons, I feel like. The first thing is I don't really sympathize with any of the characters. I don't think any of them are, interesting, sympathetic. They all have hard lives, that is not the problem, but for some reason I just don't feel with them. They're just kind of flat, which I find really, really weird, because in the first one I read by her, they were so much better. So yeah, I don't know if this maybe came out before the other one. I have no idea, to be honest. But yeah, it's kind of sad that I really don't connect with any of the characters, which makes this book really, really hard to read because of the topic. And also, I think this book is just too much. I'm now at a point where, like, the brother of Jessica, our main girl, is in, like, a psychiatric unit, like, really horrible unit. There's one scene I found really, really horrible where he gets assaulted sexually in the unit. I just read that. I don't like that in books. I get that it's a device to bring, you know, drama to the story, but I hate reading that, so I skip that scene. But yeah, I don't know. And then he gets just treated really, really badly there, and he hears voices and stuff, and you know, but it's not just like just voices. It's like the cliche of, like, you know, he feels like he's watched by the CIA and stuff like that. And it's so much on top of one another that it's just too much. And it makes the story is so like unbelievable because it reads kind of like a caricature of somebody who hears voices, you know? And I know that there are people out there who hear voices like that, but to have it in a book like that, it just feels like too much, you know? And then both Jessica and her mother child were abused, you know, we learned that the mother abused them when they were younger and stuff like that. So yeah, sadly, I don't really connect to the characters, and then the story is just like one should pile on another for the characters, but if you don't feel for them, you know, it's hard to like really get into that. So yeah, sadly, it's I don't know, it's not a bad book, it's just that it's not for me. That is simply what that is. But yeah, I will finish this probably tomorrow. I do have some time whilst my partner is still working. And I don't know, we have the party on Saturday, so you know, I'm not really doing much tomorrow other than working and ordering food because I'm not gonna cook tomorrow. But yeah, so I will finish this tomorrow with like a quick skip read. But yeah, I'm kind of sad, but you know, it's to be expected that I won't like every book by every author, and it's just really not a bad book. It's just really a case of like I don't enjoy the story and the characters. So yeah, that is sadly the check-in. So yeah, really hit or miss the books I read at the moment, but you know, it happens. And yeah, we'll see. I have a few books coming, like book boxes, and then the next part of the Way of Kings series, the Stormlight Archive, which I still haven't continued with, but the next books are on their way. And yeah, we'll see if I get a book for my birthday. Who knows? Maybe my friends might gift me some books, so we'll see how that is. But yeah, kind of disappointed, to be honest. And I also realized I don't have any more horror books that I haven't read, except for like 2, which were also in like the box with all of these books, so I don't have high hopes in them. And yeah, I desperately need some new horror books, so I might need to go out and buy some. But yeah, I realized that my like the priorities and genres for me has really shifted, and I have a lot of like adventure detective novels like Clive Cussler. I have a lot of, and you know, James Patterson, James Rowlands, all of those authors. I have a lot of books that I haven't read yet, but my interest has shifted way more into horror rather than detective novels. So yeah, I don't really own enough horror books to read, but more than enough detective novels. So it's kind of, you know, a little bit annoying, but I will get through all of them at some point. But yeah, that is the check-in for today. So I will see you tomorrow with the finished book. Hi, so I just have my lunch break from work right now, so I thought I'd do a check-in because I didn't check in with you yesterday on my birthday because I did not really have time. I did finish my book, but let me show you why I didn't have time. Because my husband gifted me 2 Lego sets and I had to build them directly because they are so pretty. First of all, it's kind of a little bit of a joke, but he gifted me the Lego Orchid, and I absolutely love the look of this. But yeah, I recently killed an orchid. Well, it was in the summer, but I got an orchid and I forgot her on a shelf before we went on holiday, and so she didn't have any light, and I didn't water her, and so she died. So he gave me a Lego one, so that one cannot die. And then the set which I love even more, he gifted me the Lego bonsai set, and I put on the pink petals, which are frogs. I absolutely love this thing, and so yeah, that was more or less what I was doing on my birthday yesterday. I just built Lego sets. And yeah, I just love those, and they were the perfect gift, to be honest. So yeah. Other than that, I did finish Family Inheritance, and I have to say, I'm really sad, but I have to give it 2 stars. It is just not the book for me. I didn't connect with the characters. For me, the story is just too much. I don't even want to spoil the story because I think this is one of those stories where you have to go in kind of blindly, which also means that it's easy to, you know, dislike the book if the story's not for you. So yeah, the story wasn't for me, but I think that's fine. I really liked her other book, and yeah, I just did not enjoy this one. So it happens, you know. Yeah, Water Witch, absolutely like recommendation from me. This one, I think you have to like weird characters and you have to like over the top stories. Like you have again and again scenes where someone hears voices and like really over the top scenes with stuff like that, and for me they were just too much, and so that is a lot in here, and that is the reason why I did not like it that much. So yeah, sad little fact, but yeah, what can you do, right? You can't like every book, and I liked her other books, so yeah, I might look more into the other books by Deborah LeBlanc, but I might need to look a little bit more into what the books are about and pick carefully, because obviously I like some. I just don't like all of her books. So yeah, that is pretty much how we are right now. So I need to pick the next book. But I kind of don't want to do that before my package today arrives. I know that one package is supposed to arrive today, and that might be a book box. I'm just not sure. I just know a package will come today. And then, yeah, we'll see. So either I will then pick up the book out of the book box, or I'm gonna pick up the next book. Let me show you which that will be. So if I don't pick up the book that comes in the book box, which I don't know if it's even a book box that is coming today or if it's Brandon Sanderson books, might be either one of those. If I don't pick the book up that I get today, I will continue with this one. I cannot get this out of my head. Since I got this. This is A Study in Drowning by Ava Reed. I got this in my last book box. I think my last illumicrate, yes. And the story sounds incredibly interesting, even though it seems to be more or less like an enemies to lovers, or at least like enemies to friends kind of trope, which I'm not the biggest fan of. But the book sounds so interesting, and it's about an author, and yeah, it seems to be a mystery story. And I just love the look of the book, so yeah, I want to pick this up, even though I have other books on my TBR, which I will just ignore. Because I'm not in the mood for them, so I'm not gonna force myself to read them. So yeah, this is what I will pick up today, if I don't pick the book up that comes in the box. But if it is a book box that is coming today, you will see that, because I will obviously unbox it. So yeah, we will talk later about that, but that is the plan so far. So yeah, I will see you later in the afternoon. Okay, hi. So, I just got my packages, and we're doing this on the ground because my dog thinks every package is for him, even though these are not for him. But I surprisingly got 2 packages, and the first one is the last Kickstarter book by Brandon Sanderson. As you can see, he inspects it for treats. But yeah, let's look at that. I did look just really quickly at the PDF that we got, but I didn't look further at the book. These pins are so cute. I don't know how good you can see them, but this is skeleton. Ah, fantastic. And then we have the bookmark. He gets too many treats and packages. But yeah, then we have this really cool looking bookmark. And now, oh, it looks so good. This is The Sunlit Man, which is the last of the 4 Kickstarter books that Brandon Sanderson put out. And it's also the smallest, and it looks so good. So yeah, I might have to start this one today. Okay, so let's have a look inside. I don't know, he smells something. I suppose it might smell good. Oh, was there a sticker? Oh, Oh, I love me a good illustration in a book, you know. But yeah, I might have to look into this. Sadly, I still haven't read the third one, but I have a lot of problems with the topic of that book. It's just not that interesting for me, so I haven't read that yet, and I think it will take some time until I get to that. But yeah, here's the sticker. So we have a really like golden sticker. But yeah, I have no idea what the book is about, but it's a guy with a sword, and as I think it also plays in the Cosmere. But I'm not like 100% sure. Oh, look at that. Ah, it's so pretty. I really have to say he has outdone himself with these books. I think if you like the stories or not, I think the books look fantastic. So yeah, I'm really happy that I got my last one, so that I can actually read that. And now then, we're coming to the illumicrate with the merchandise. So the one I'm still missing is my horror illumicrate, which, yeah, it's the Neverlight, I think. Neverlight, I think it's called. But yeah, so in here is a fantasy book. I would have loved to get my horror book box, you know, still in October, but it's fine. So the theme of October's book is fairy tale forests. So let's have a look. Oh, those are cute. We have some post-its, really small. But I will definitely use these in my bullet journal, my reading bullet journal, which I still have to do for last month and this month, which is, yeah, I am way behind on that. But I need to buy a new printer, and I haven't gotten around to that yet, so I can't print out my stuff for my bullet journal, which, yeah. Then, I can already see the book, which is kind of weird. But, oh, this is fantastic. I have thought about buying one of these. This is the Otherworld desk mat, inspired by The Last Tale of the Flower Bride, which I really like that book. And it's one of those like, oh, it's fantastic. That is one pretty desk mat. And I don't own a desk mat. So yeah, this one will absolutely go on my desk upstairs, where I work and do gaming. So yeah, this is fantastic. I love those. And yeah, and then we have another sword replica. I need a better way to display mine. Oh, this is a pretty sword. Can you see that? The glare is a lot, but yeah, we have a lot of like leaves on it. I would have to look up on the like paper thingy from which book this is inspired by. Let's not look at the book. For Finding Dreams That Did Not Exist Yet? What is this? Oh, it's a bullet journal. In like, more of like a wider format instead of like higher. Well, seems like I don't need to buy one for next year, because now, I mean, this is one of my favorite colors, one of my favorite color combis, and this is fantastic. So that means I don't need to buy a new one for next year. I love this one. We'll have to look from which book that is inspired by. Maybe the book that is in the box, but yeah, this is fantastic. To be honest, this book has been, yeah, absolutely fantastic. All of these items I absolutely love. So now the last thing is the book, which is also my favorite color combi. It's the exact same combi than the bullet journal. After the Forest by Cal. Oh my god. Look at how pretty the book is. Oh my god. I have not heard about this. I'm gonna quickly read the blurb and tell you what it says. Oh, this sounds so good. This is not a retelling of Hansel and Gretel, which they're called Hans and Greta. And here I know that in Germany, and like I think the original version, they are called Hansel and Gretel, in the German version anyway. And this is pretty much what happens to the both of them 20 years after they went into the woods. Both of their parents are dead now, and Greta took the book from the witch, and now she can make like a type of magical gingerbread, and she keeps her family afloat with that, but the small village isn't that receptive to it. And then there seems to be some dark magic that comes into the picture, and she has to understand what she can do with her magic to maybe help the village out. This sounds amazing. I have to say it. It sounds amazing. I'm absolutely up for that. And I'm sorry that I'm gushing, but this gets prettier by the minute. Also, look at the stenciled edges. Fantastic. And the end page, I'm loving it. Oh my god, how will I decide which of these 3 books I will read? I have no idea. Well, these 2 and A Study in Drowning, you know, the other book I talked about. So yeah, let's look at the thingy-majingy and see from which book the sword and the bullet journal are. So it's a Nightfell replica from The Cruel Prince, which I have never read, the sword replica. Which, to be honest, even though I've never read those books, I love those replicas. I'm a collector of like statues and stuff like that as well, so yeah, I love them. Then Woodland Treasures page tabs. That are these. They are by... Oh, inspired by Bitterthorn. No idea. Haven't heard of that one yet, if I'm honest. And then we have the mouse pad, which I told you is from The Last Flower Bride. And then we have Finding Dreams notebook, which is from Once Upon a Broken Heart, which I own that book. I think it was in one of my first illumicrates or fairy loots. I have never read it. I need to read that, but yeah, this is so pretty. So I am so happy with the box. Yeah, it's amazing. I have to say, I think it was definitely the right decision for me to keep the illumicrate and not continue with the fairy loot. So yeah, I will put all of these things away now and do some gaming because yeah, it's Friday, and yeah, I'm gonna enjoy the evening. Tomorrow friends are coming around, but I do think I will start with this one. Probably today, and then I will tell you tomorrow how far I've come and what I think about it. But yeah, that was the 2 boxes that came today, and I'm incredibly happy about them. So yeah, I will see you. Good morning. It is Saturday morning. Because we have friends coming around this afternoon, I only have now to check in with you, so we are doing the last check-in relatively early on Saturday, but I have to do a check-in. I started The Sunlit Man this morning, and oh my god, this is so good. I told you I still haven't finished the 3rd Kickstarter book that Brandon Sanderson put out because I'm not into that story. At some point I will read it, but not now. This one I'm so in. I'm so in. It plays in the Cosmere, and I think it might even be better if you've read all of the Cosmere books that have come out so far. I haven't, so I don't know everything about the Cosmere, but it's still fine. And yeah, we have Nomad, our main character, who travels between worlds. Because of something, he's indentured. To be honest, I don't understand the whole concept. I feel like I should know that already, but I'm not sure if it came up in an earlier Cosmere book, so I'm sorry. But I am nearly halfway through. I read 170 pages this morning. It is so good. Yeah, sadly I don't have any time more to read today, so I will have to continue tomorrow morning. But yeah, this is amazing. You are directly in the story. You know, he's kind of a struggled being because he's pretty much escaping or on the run the whole time. But then he comes to this planet and he kind of then trying to escape from the planet helps the people that are on the planet that are kind of like under like a tyrannical guy who tries to like unite them all because he got some writings from where Nomad comes from. He actually comes from the same world, Caledon and stuff, like the Stormlight Archive, like that same planet is his home planet. And he knows Wit, so I don't know if I'm supposed to know him already. But yeah, he comes from that world, and the tyrannical guy who's on this planet, he read some books about like how you are supposed to unite all of them. I think there are some of the readings that oh, I forgot his name, but you know, the king guy in Stormlight Archive, that he also reads, you know, that the others are not so impressed with. And so yeah, he kind of in like a tyrannical way tries to unite the people, but all he does is like really like put them into slavery kind of. So yeah, it's incredibly interesting, and I have to say the artwork is impeccable in here. It's, I don't know, it looks amazing in my opinion. This is absolutely my artwork style, so yeah, I'm so happy about this book. Yeah, it's amazing. If you haven't picked it up yet, you definitely should. Also, I'm sorry, but this book just looks great. It's such a pretty book, and yeah, that is pretty much my checkup for this time. For my end review for this, you will have to come back to next week's vlog, because obviously I will finish this in next week's vlog. Probably on Monday, if honest. So yeah, you will have to come back then, because I do have to end the vlog now, because obviously friends are coming. I have to prep the apartment and stuff like that, you know. I just don't have the time to check in with you. I don't even have time to read today, other than what I've already read, you know. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video, even though the first book that I've read really wasn't that great. But, you know, the second one is amazing until now. So yeah, high hopes for that one. And yeah, I hope you're having like a great October, a great spooky season. And hopefully I will see you in the next video. Bye bye!